Might help if I add my video to the stream, huh? Sorry about that, guys. Running a little late here, man. Had family right after work schedule on last minute dinner. So I'm in here a little late, unfortunately, but I get to be here and grateful for that. Um, hopeful that you guys tune in and bring in your thoughts and participation, man. That's one of the first things I want to mention here is please, first and foremost, please everybody like the video. Every video of mine that you watch, please like it. Please like them. Please subscribe, participate with comments and stuff like that. I would really appreciate it. That helps my channel grow. Um, I think a lot of viewers take it for granted, but it really does help. At least that's what YouTube tells us, right? But yeah, man, we got a lot to talk about here. Man, I didn't get to post anything yesterday. And if you guys saw my video on Tuesday, no, Wednesday. Yeah, if you guys saw my video on Wednesday, I believe it was because I was putting everything off to watch our rivals, division rivals, the Los Angeles Rams play against the Bills. And that's going to be the first thing I dive into today, man. Um, I was really happy with what I saw for the most part. Um, it was really well for you guys who didn't tune into that, haven't heard yet. The Rams got their ass whooped, just like I hoped, just like I predicted. Um, my buddy that I've talked about before on this channel, that's a Rams fan that I've known since high school. We've been buddies, and he started talking about the 49ers, talking a bunch of smack last year after the NFC Championship. So he kind of pissed me off there. So ever since then, I told him, well, I've been talking smack to him too about the Rams. Never really cared too much about the Rams as far as like they didn't really irk me or get under my skin till this past year. It just seems like all the Rams fans are coming out of the woodwork all of a sudden. Like they were really quiet before, it seemed like. So right before the game, I texted him, Rams are gonna lose today, sonny boy. And he texted me back a middle finger with the laughing face. It was pretty funny. But yeah, I predicted it, man. I definitely hoped for it. Wishful thinking. I wanted the Rams to lose. We got it, and even Kyle Shanahan talked about it. I heard he got interviewed with KNBR, and he went on there and talked about how a division loss, like a division opponent, um, losing is always something nice to hear. I think he said he didn't watch it too much, but he was definitely happy about it, and he expressed it on KNBR. So that was pretty funny to see, good to hear, because we all feel the same way, right? But one of the first things that happened in that game was that Von Miller sacked Matthew Stafford, and I believe he ended up coming out with a total of at least two. I know of two for sure. Um, I might have missed one, but yeah, he sacked his former teammate. Von Miller just went to the Bills this year. If you guys don't know, he was on the Rams last year, went over to the Bills, and then he got to sack his last year's teammate on the Super Bowl, man. And he talked about it after the game too. He's like, I'm on this team now, but I love my Los Angeles Rams teammates. They'll always hold a special place in my heart. But basically at the end of the day, he don't care. He's gonna have to whoop their ass or he's gonna whoop their ass if he has to. So that's the way it went, man. He got 2 sacks in the game. The Bills had 3 turnovers in the first half. I don't think they had any the second half. They cleaned that up, from what I remember. But 3 turnovers in the first half. But the really encouraging thing that I saw from that was that even though they turned the ball over 3 times in the first half, the Rams could not capitalize on any of those turnovers, man. Um, Seemed like Matthew Stafford was completely off cue with the offense. He got some things rolling here and there, but they only scored 10 points in the whole game. So that whole offense of the Rams just was off cue off pitch, man. So that's pretty encouraging. I like to see that for sure. And I wonder how much the supposed arm fatigue or the injury that Matthew Stafford has been dealing with, which is they talked about it on the broadcast as well, is that it's like a pitcher's injury from baseball. Same kind of like throwing out your shoulder. He's been dealing with that, and they've been talking about surgery, I guess, or yeah. So I don't know how much that plays into it. When he did throw, it didn't seem like it was bothering him too much, but I definitely saw at least one wild throw that did end up in an interception in the first half. I think it was even in the first quarter, the Rams' first drive, I believe. But yeah, man, the Rams just as an offense, as a whole, they could not capitalize on the turnovers, and I know that was very frustrating for their defense because yeah, their defense was getting those turnovers, obviously. Interceptions and fumbles, or well, one fumble, and the offense was just going three and out and giving the ball right back to the Bills. So you know that's got to piss off the Rams' defense. And I like to see that, man. When Aaron Donald is pissed off and walking back to the sideline sad, or vice versa, when he's walking out to the field sad, I like to see that, just from him being an opponent. He was one of the first people to rub it in our face when the Rams were going to the Super Bowl. So I'll definitely be one of the first people. Well, here's another thing that I've seen, when Aaron Donald got interviewed, he talked about how much he dislikes the 49ers, and vice versa. I don't know how much the 49ers really care about the Rams. I think they want to whoop everybody's ass, and kind of um it's always more like it irks you more when you're the one that's losing all the time, and finally the Rams got their win. But so it probably didn't bother the 49ers too much until the NFC Championship, when that turned out into a loss. But yeah, Aaron Donald does not like the 49ers. He expressed that in length in one of his interviews that he did, I think pretty recently. But one of the things I noticed as well, because there's been some talks about Trey Lance not wearing a wristband when he goes out there, is a thing that Jimmy Garoppolo's pretty much done every single year that he's been here, and people take it as like Jimmy Garoppolo hasn't learned the offense well enough, or isn't so he's not so driven to study the playbook so much that he has to have it on his wrist. And I guess Trey Lance hasn't. He's kind of going the opposite direction and doesn't want to wear it, which I feel like some quarterbacks just wear it for like kind of like the swag kind of feel of it, or like the superstitious um, feel of it sometimes. But that was some talk, and I did notice with how well that uh, Josh Allen plays, he still wears a wristband. And that guy, man, I know their offense had some miscues where they had those three turnovers in the first half, but really, Josh Allen was on fire, man. He was uh he maybe that I can remember on one of the interceptions, it kind of looked like it was a little his fault, but the receiver was still there to make the play, and he didn't. He let the defender make the play. But on the first interception he threw, um, the receiver caught it, and literally it just got stripped out of his hands right afterwards on the tackle. So I don't know how much you could put on Josh Allen when it comes to that. But like I said, man, he was firing on all cylinders. He was looking really, really good, man. Like an elite quarterback should look. Like how everybody talks about Josh Allen, but he was still wearing that wristband. So how much can we criticize Garoppolo for that? I do not know. Um, but with his work ethic, that's kind of been in question the past few years with how much time he takes away from the team every offseason. Um, but yeah, I would really appreciate if and whoever's in here watching, if you guys could jump in the comments and kind of just share your enthusiasm, share your thoughts, your questions, any of that type of stuff. It's welcome, and it's greatly appreciated too, because it kind of gets my brain churning more. Sometimes when I do these videos and I kind of just talk by myself and I don't have anybody to engage with, I kind of just um spit out my notes in a way, and I think it sounds a little more robotic, and I feel more engaged when people are jumping in the comments or jumping on screen with the videos. I'm also gonna put a an invite link in the comments if anybody would like to call in. I'm going to do that now. But yeah, man, everybody that's here, I appreciate you. Thank you. And we're gonna move on, man. So one of the things I've been contemplating, and everybody, please let me know what you think. Um, I'm thinking about doing a live game reaction and conversation with you guys while the game is going on Sunday, 10 o'clock in the morning, my time in Arizona. So you guys, let me know your thoughts on that. Um, I just got to figure out how I'm going to do it. Maybe just have to record it off my phone while I watch it on TV, because I would rather watch it on a big screen. But we got Steven here. I believe it was, I think you told me it was Steven, not Stefan. Good to see you in the chats, man. Hey man, how are you doing? Glad to catch your live stream. How optimistic are you for week one? Yeah, likewise, man. Hope you're doing good. I'm doing great, man. It was honestly a good Friday, very good Friday. Had some little hiccups, and I did get in here a little late because of last minute dinner with the family, but you know, that was fun. Got to spend time with them. And it's Friday, man, the beginning of our weekend. Now, how do I feel about week one? How optimistic? I don't want to give my score prediction yet. I'm going to save that to the very end. That's my plan so far, and I'm going to try and stick to it. But man, I know the rain. I was going to talk about this later, but the rain, Chicago is supposed to have an 80% precipitation out there on Sunday. You know, it's going to divvy up between, it's going to start out slow in the morning and kind of pick up during actually the time of the game. Um, Now, I don't know how accurate the forecast was with whether it was showing me my time here on how it was going to play out. But yeah, basically from early morning, it's going to start off slow and pick up and kind of pour down harder as the day goes on during the game as well. So I know that adds something, an element of anything can happen, and kind of more of a difficulty level, especially with throwing, of course, right? But to begin with, I don't think anybody was really expecting the 49ers to throw too much. So I think this game is probably going to look very similar to what it would have looked like regardless. Um, I see the 49ers coming out of this one with the victory. I'm pretty strongly um, confident in that. And as well as it seems like most everybody is Vegas odds, NFL analysts, seems like everybody kind of has the 49ers winning that game. Um, I'll leave it at that for now because I'm gonna go through some of the stuff about that right here now in a certain order. Um, let's see. Yeah, I got to have the run game. Then if it is going to rain, the 49ers have a big advantage there. Yeah, man. Okay. So and that's the thing. I don't think it's just advantage 49ers. I think it's going to honestly be a disadvantage to Justin Fields. If it really is pouring the way it looks like it's going to from the forecast, then the Chicago Bears, when they do try to pass, and some of that stuff that Justin Fields adds as an element to helping the Bears out, is probably not going to be as effective because, you know, when he scrambles out of the pocket and if he does try to throw on the run, it's going to be a lot harder. And, you know, same thing goes for the Niners. And I just think the 49ers have a way more creative run game. And I think that's what you're talking about, Steven. Just the 49ers are a known running team. The Bears, a little bit, but not as creative. And they have a new coach, man. So I think that's going to play a big part in it. kind of working out those kinks and getting to know each other's chemistry on the field with the new coach. And just it's week one, so they haven't really gotten a chance to do that except for training camp and preseason. Now, man, that I mean, I'm really excited about how this offense is going to look as far as the Niners. But yeah, man, let's get into the season opener. Continue in. One of the things that I'm sure everybody's heard about is that um, Darnell Mooney, the receiver for the Chicago Bears, he came out and he's basically hyping himself up, gassing up Justin Fields, talking about how Justin Fields is basically pissed off that the 49ers didn't draft him over Trey Lance. So it's kind of like a revenge tour for him, even though the tour is only one game. But it's pretty funny to me, man. Honestly, I don't think they should be doing too much talking over there in Chicago. If I'm being honest, they're not like one of those elite teams that you're kind of scared to play. I know we did struggle against them a little bit last year, but that was with the one-dimensional quarterback and Jimmy Garoppolo. No offense to him. With all due respect, Garoppolo, if you're listening, I know you're in the I know you're in the wings watching, but yeah. Um, what was I saying? Now I missed my train of thought. Yeah, okay, Mooney and Justin Fields. You're not really like a big hitter in the NFL, man. You guys should come out and just let your play do the speaking for you. If you guys don't remember, the last time somebody did this that I remember was 2019 when Eric Reed, former 49er, um, basically said the same thing about the 49ers because it kind of ended badly for him when it comes to the 49ers, and they kind of sent him on his way, packed his bags for him, and all that type of stuff. So, if you got man, and that did not play out well for him at all. The 49ers beat him and the Panthers like 51-10, I think it was. Um, if I remember correctly, it was 51-10. And it was a very bad beating. And we got to see a defensive end get an interception even in that game, which is crazy, man. Bosa's rookie year, he got an interception, almost took it to the house. That was pretty badass. But yeah, man, I mean, yeah, he can try and get his revenge. He can come out with like a chip on his shoulder and all that stuff. But I'm sure if that's how he feels now, he probably felt that way last year and he got beat. So what's going to be different this time around? But I do expect at least some fireworks, man. I think this is going to be a showdown, at least in their hearts, as far as Trey Lance and Justin Fields, kind of proving to Kyle Shanahan, both of them. I'm sure they both want to prove to Kyle Shanahan how much they were the right pick for him. But yeah, they're just going to have to prove it on the field. And hopefully it's not too much of a showdown. Hopefully Trey Lance just balls out and whoops the Bears' ass, man, because I'm very sure that he can. But let me see. Oh yeah, that was another thing. Okay, so one thing that I was listening to, or not one thing, but during the off season before the 49ers, well, last offseason, before the 49ers drafted Trey Lance. So I guess Justin Fields, Trey Lance, and Zach Wilson were all working with the same quarterback coach, which is John Beck. So some speculation has gone around as well on that so maybe Kyle Shanahan heard from John Beck because they do have ties, John Beck and Kyle Shanahan. And maybe there was a deciding factor in those practices, in that training, that led to Trey Lance getting picked over Justin Fields. Maybe John Beck got in Kyle Shanahan's ear, and Kyle Shanahan probably already knew that Zach Wilson was going number 2. It seemed like everybody had him going number 2 for whatever reason. Whatever that reason is, I still haven't seen it, but kudos to him, man. He went number 2 overall in that draft, and then just it's a possibility that John Beck saw something in maybe work ethic that he thought Trey Lance was just the better quarterback for the future as far as over the long term, the kind of work that he would put in versus maybe Justin Fields' work ethic and attitude. Um, but yeah, man, Justin Fields, not to knock on him, man, he's looked very good. I was pretty amazed with some of the throws I saw him take against us last year. The one that sticks out to me, especially, is the throw on the run to the corner of the end zone, where Josh Norman was right there, and on the run, Justin Fields put it perfectly. Like, this is millimeters away from being in the wrong place, and he put it perfectly on the run. Um, in the corner of the end zone where only his receiver can get it. And man, it was just a perfect throw. But things like that, man. We got Steven in the comments again. Yeah, those are the same great points you made. And how will this spark each team? If it is an okay request, you should wear a jersey. Yeah, hey, actually, so today's Friday, right? It's payday. I was thinking about maybe going down to the football shop here in Flagstaff, Arizona, and seeing if they have any good jerseys right now. Because I know it's kind of like you have to get it while you can. First come, first serve on a lot of their stuff. So if they have any cool 49ers jerseys, I want to go down there and get one tomorrow, hopefully. But if not, then I'm just gonna have to order a new one and wait for it to show up in the mail. Probably won't be here till next weekend. Um, but until then, I'm going to be wearing my jerseys I have now. Um, if I do a video tomorrow, I'm probably going to wear the jersey. If not, then if I do a video on Sunday during the game, I'm going to wear one of my jerseys, probably the George Kittle one. But I want one of those quote unquote 94 throwback jerseys, probably going to get Jimmy Ward. Um, Let me know what jerseys you guys are planning to wear this weekend, if you guys are planning it out already, or if you're just gonna go with the spur of the moment type thing. Um, but let's see. So I'm wondering if you guys think that Trey Lance is gonna struggle in this first game. Remember, let's take into consideration the rain and everything. We're not talking about the season here. Let's just talk about this game, I guess. If you guys want to include the season, go ahead. But I don't think Trey will struggle, man. I think if, and this is a point I try to get this across to everybody. I don't understand why this isn't like the wide kind of view from everybody. Trey Lance played last year. So if he would have struggled, I think it would have been last year. This guy got to go and get thrown in games in the NFL. How difficult that is. And he showed poise, man. He showed good things, very good things. And a lot of the play calling, man. When I was watching these games, I was like, "What the hell are you guys doing?" Like, Kyle Shanahan, what are you doing with this guy, man? Were you not prepared, or like, is this your game plan for this guy? Because if it is, I do not like it at all. Very vanilla, very dangerous, and I definitely don't think he was doing Trey Lance any favors by doing that, unless um, the finger issue with Trey Lance's broken finger was just that bad that they had to go with that kind of game plan. But I think it still could have been more creative than it was, especially like some zone read. But yeah, I think if Trey Lance was going to struggle, it would have been last year. And I wouldn't say he struggled last year. I think he showed very good things, and he played like a very good, at least middle of the line NFL quarterback. And that's in his very first year with not a whole lot of reps at all. You guys got to remember, in practice, he only got to practice with the starters like 1 week out of the whole season. So imagine if he would have gotten all the reps with all the starters, or at least a lot more reps with all the starters during the offseason and season. He's gotten to do that now. So man, I think he's I think he's gonna set the world on fire, man. Um, Yeah, I just do not see him struggling at all. I don't know if you guys heard, I'm sure you have, about Peter King, one of those football analysts and journalists. He came out and said he sees Trey Lance struggling and that guy's probably going to get benched by week 7. And I completely disagree. I don't know if I could disagree more, man. I don't think with the way this regime is, they're very straight up. It seems like they've been very consistent and straight up with us the whole way. And like when they told us the team was for Jimmy G, it was. They did admit that after we had a 3-5 record last year, they started considering. That's 8 games right there, and they were just starting to consider benching Garoppolo for Trey Lance. I think Trey Lance is going to have a way longer leash. I think he would have to look just straight up atrocious, which again, I do not see that happening. I don't think there's a chance in hell that Trey Lance is just going to look atrocious. He's just too gifted, man. He's too smart. He's too gifted. I don't see it happening. But that's what Peter King said, man. And yeah, I can't disagree more. You guys let me know on that what you think. One of the guys we're gonna get to see in this game, Dante Pettis. If you guys don't know, Dante Pettis, a former 49er drafted by the 49ers, um, is on the Chicago Bears now. And we're gonna get to show down against him, man. And I'm sure he's gonna try and have his own little revenge tour as well with Justin Fields, man. They're probably over there talking and scheming, talking about how they want to light up the 49ers. Oh man, I'm sorry, Pettis. It's probably not gonna happen, bro. Especially with this rain. Unless you bulked up like 50 pounds and plan to be a monster in the run game, I don't think so, bro. Uh Sorry. I wish you the best of luck, but I don't think this is the game for you. Uh this season opener. Why the heck? I hate when windows open. Dang it. Sorry. Random window opening on the Explorer. So one of the questions I have is Elijah Mitchell. So if you guys haven't heard yet, Elijah Mitchell, he is healthy now. He's been gone for most of the offseason with injury. I think it was a strained hamstring, um, quad or hamstring. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the hamstring. He strained it. He's been out, just resting it, and he's finally back. He's healthy. But my question is he ready to go, man? Is he game ready? Because that's a whole another thing. You can be healthy and all, but are you game ready? And yeah, he's a veteran now. I mean, he's shown us he can be a badass running back for us last year. But I'm very curious to see if he's going to be the starting running back for this game. And even if he is, I still see Jeff Wilson Jr. taking a lot of snaps. And I think I'm going to hold off to one of the other points I have about Jeff Wilson Jr. But one of them that I did want to talk about is that Jeff Wilson Jr., when he is healthy, though, I feel like he just offers more as a weapon. Um, so maybe he is that third down back part of the time, or play action type stuff as a receiver. Jeff Wilson Jr. is a better receiver than Elijah Mitchell. So he's a guy that can run. Even I also think he can run when he's healthy. I think he runs better than Elijah Mitchell. I love Elijah Mitchell. A lot of the things that he does. I said last year when I went on another show, I said that Elijah Mitchell reminds me of somebody or of himself. Okay. He's somebody that has like Raheem Mostert's burst with Frank Gore's ability to fall for extra yardage. But at the same time, when he gets into the open field, I haven't seen that open field speed, or the decisiveness to basically make the huge explosive plays like 80 yards, 70 yards type stuff. He has really explosive stuff that typically, when he has a very, very explosive play, it's like a 20-yard play. And I haven't seen much more from him, man. But Jeff Wilson Jr., when he gets in a stride, man, he's like a Tevin Coleman, Raheem Mostert hybrid, I would say. So mm, a, l- a little more of that physicality. Now, granted, Elijah Mitchell's a little smaller than him, and seems like Jeff Wilson Jr. is a little more lengthy, and he has better hands. So I just think he offers more for the offense than Elijah Mitchell does, just as an all-around running back. Now, not to take anything from Elijah Mitchell, man, he's great as a running back, but I would like to see a lot of Jeff Wilson Jr., especially to ease Elijah Mitchell back into the offense slowly and see, man. You know, we expect Elijah Mitchell will probably be the starter, but we don't know yet. At least I don't. I don't know if anybody else does. Um, Now, who do I think is going to shine in this game? And Steven, this kind of ties into your question about how optimistic I am for Week 1. Um, who do I think is going to shine in this game? Now, if we're talking defense, I think offensive line is probably going to have a good day. But if we're talking one player, I think Womack is going to be an explosive guy to keep an eye out for, man. I think we're not going to have to keep an eye out for him. I think he's going to jump onto the screen and make explosive plays, like hopefully a pick six. The way he's been looking out there in preseason, man. I'm sorry if you guys could hear that background noise. I don't know where that's coming from, but these dang windows don't block anything. But yeah, so Womack, and then I'm really looking forward to Funga right now, man. I like one of those really good hits he laid on the Packers, and just all the ball hawk ability that people have talked about with him. And not only that, this guy was defensive player in the of the year, I believe, in his last year in college. So that says a lot about him, man. And that was for the whole his whole conference. So conference defensive player of the year. That's not taken lightly, man. He's a playmaker. Now, how will his playmaking ability translate to the regular season and him being the guy? Now he doesn't have to split those reps with Jaquiski Tart, man. He gets to be that guy on that side of the field, and I can't wait to see that, man. I hope he has some explosive plays and some. Man, I just want to see that physicality, man. We never had Dante Hittner, Eric Reed, um, and Deshaun Goldson, man. I miss those huge hits from safeties. And sorry, Jimmy Ward. I know you throw your body out there and you try to lay big hits, but I just feel like you're uh I don't know, you just when you do throw those hits, um, I don't see anything as explosive as like Dante Hittner back in the day or Eric Reed. And those guys are probably just a little bit bigger guys, man. That's probably part of it. I still love you, Jimmy Ward. Like I said, I'm going my first jersey, I think is going to be a Jimmy Ward one for this season. Um, Now, if we're going to the offense, whew, this one kind of sucks. Well, as of right now, but so my first prediction for somebody who was really going to shine in this first game was George Kittle. I think him and Trey Lance are going to have a really good connection. I know it didn't really jump off the screen last year, but I just see them connecting on a whole different level this year. So George Kittle was my first prediction. Now, of course, with the groin injury, the groin strain, we don't know if he's even going to play now. So my other guy to look out for who I think might be one of these guys that's going to shine on the offense would be, like I mentioned earlier, Jeff Wilson Jr. He's that veteran, man. He's explosive, great receiver. Um, and if you don't believe me, man, just remember that game-winning touchdown against the Cardinals in 2019. I think that game was on Halloween of 2019. Beautiful catch. That ball popped out of nowhere on him, and man, his quick reflexes on that play were pretty cool, man. So yeah, Jeff Wilson Jr., somebody who's going to shine on the offense. And one guy I don't want you guys to forget about. I feel like a lot of people are forgetting about Anthony Lynn, the running back coach that came in this year, new guy on the 49ers staff, but a very seasoned veteran as well as a head coach from the Chargers. Very good running game that he helps bring to the 49ers as well to kind of mesh with Kyle Shanahan's offense, man. And I'm really excited to see what they can devise, man. It's gonna be awesome. All the crazy stuff. Like, I don't know if you guys have heard, of course, the zone read. They've been running that in practice and all, but they actually, I think it was today, Jimmy Garoppolo got some reps in the zone read. Uh, so that's pretty crazy. So if Jimmy Garoppolo goes in, man, I know last year when Trey Lance got thrown in, most of the offense was leaning towards what Jimmy Garoppolo could do. Now it seems like if Jimmy Garoppolo goes in at any point, he's going to have to tie into what Trey Lance does, what he's gifted with, right? His strengths. So that's pretty crazy. But yeah, man, Anthony Lynn, I think him, man, is going to really help with Debo Samuel and expanding his game as well. And man, just imagine these two guys, Kyle Shanahan and Anthony Lynn, two proven guys in this league, offensive minds that, man, they could just put their heads together. But him and Debo Samuel, man, I can see Debo Samuel lining up in the backfield a lot, and I'm thinking he might be like a third down back because he's a receiver. You got these other guys. You got Danny Gray. You got Ray McLeod. Passing when if it gets into a third and long situation, definite passing situations, um, then I can very well see that the 49ers kind of just throw all running backs aside, put Debo Samuel in at halfback, and spread the other guys out. You got Juwan Jennings, Brandon Ayuk, maybe Danny Gray to spread out the field even more, um, and even Ray McLeod. That's 5 guys. You can have them all on the field at once. So, man, just imagine they can have all the other guys run for deep routes and just throw a screen to Debo Samuel, stuff like that, and let him take it. But man, it's dangerous for other teams. And I can't I'm definitely looking forward to just seeing the 49ers click as a whole. They're finally, like, Trey Lance is finally going to get to play. Okay, I hope I don't jinx it, but I hope that Trey Lance gets to play through the whole season and build momentum, build chemistry with all the other guys on the offense, all that kind of stuff, man. I can't wait to see what they look like when they start clicking and they have that chemistry. And we might see it in this game because we've seen those type of improvements from Lance and because it takes more than one guy, right? I'm sure when the offense wasn't clicking, it wasn't just on Trey Lance. We've seen that last year where Trey Lance and the offense sputtered and did not look great at all, did not score anything in the first half. Then they make those corrections. And probably Kyle Shanahan probably ties into that as well. And they make those adjustments going into the second half, and they look like a whole different team, whole different offense. They come out firing on most cylinders. I wouldn't say all because we haven't gotten to see that yet. But very encouraging stuff. And we got Steven here. Sorry for the late response. I am listening on the side. Yeah, key players like Hafunga on the defense will be a cool to look and evaluate. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. There are some steals for jerseys you can find online as well. Yeah. I got some money in my pocket today, so um today was payday at work like I said, so definitely going to be shopping around for a jersey. It looks like right here you said eBay has some great deals that you can find for pretty cheap as well. Yeah. I'll probably even check um Facebook Marketplace, stuff like that. Um I'm gonna check for deals because I know like Lids, they sell jerseys, NFL shop. Um, and not only just looking for jerseys, but I'm gonna try and catch them when they're having their sales. Because a lot of times they have these sales where there's like 25% off. So if I could get the NFL shop brand new jersey for 25% off, knock it from like maybe 160 to like 120. Definitely want to try that. But I'm gonna check eBay tonight for sure. Steven, I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. Um, what was I talking about? Lost my train of thought a little bit there. Oh yeah, let's go back to this one. You were saying that Hafunga was definitely a key player to look for, and yeah, man, we're finally gonna find out. You know, in the thick of everything, in the thick of it all, like they say, we're gonna get to see what Hafunga's about with multiple reps back to back to back, a whole game, at least most of the game that he can play and show what he's got. Hopefully, silence the haters because there's a lot of people that say he's not fast enough. Now, I was very encouraged by a lot of the things I heard um, from journalists that were there in mandatory minicamp and training camp when Hafunga showed up this year in the off season. He looked like a completely different guy. They said he looked like a man. A lot of these guys, when they're coming from college, they still look like boys, you know, still young men, like built growing into our man bodies. And these guys, they have to bulk up. Nick Bosa was definitely one of those exceptions. This guy came in looking like a tank, like an elite athlete. And Hafunga just put in that work and made it happen from last season to now. And they were saying that he also seemed to have gotten in the system, studied a lot of film, and he was just a lot smarter overall in this defense. And you know, we've heard about those type of things as like it showing in the actions as well, because you hear he's intercepting Trey Lance like once or twice a week on average. It seems like I've heard of multiple interceptions in the end zone and stuff like that. That Trey Lance tries to test Hafunga and he gets intercepted. So poor Lance is going against this amazing defense. Hopefully, at least that's what it sounds like, right? But hopefully it's making him better. Hopefully it's not deteriorating his confidence. Hopefully not, man. But yeah, Hafunga, man. Looking forward to him. Um I wonder if this is gonna be a Lance coming out party. I think he has a lot to show everybody to silence the haters, and I'm very curious to see what the NFL analyst narrative is. You know, you go on NFL Network and all that stuff. A lot of people have questions about him, right? I think this might not be the game because of all the rain, but you know, who knows? That play action might still be a thing, a very strong thing for us this game. Hopefully he gets to silence the haters, silence the doubters, and this just be a coming out party for him, man. Of course, we want to see some badass stuff out of Lance. But another thing is we get to see just a quick mention, right? Uh, of a lot of people say this is our cornerback one. Um, if you guys know who Mooney is on the 49ers, Mooney is, I guess, kind of his nickname, but it's what he goes by. Uh, Charvarius Ward, our number one cornerback. Now, the Chicago Bears, as I mentioned earlier, also have a Mooney, Darnell Mooney. So I'm very curious to see. how often Mooney is going to be matched up against Mooney. And I think it's just going to be especially so that uh, both both cornerbacks, Emmanuel Mosley and Charvarius Ward, kind of get kept a little more fresh and kind of get to split those reps and see how it goes and feel for it and everything. I think whichever side Darnell Mooney goes to, I think whichever cornerback is on that side is just going to be the one that plays up or matches up against him. I don't see like the 49ers trying to specifically have Charvarius Ward line up and follow Darnell Mooney all over the field. I think it's just going to be whichever side he's on is whichever cornerback he's going to get. And we'll see if the Chicago Bears think they can pick on Emmanuel Mosley. Because, man, we're hearing some great things. We know what he can do, man. He's a very solid player. He's grown into just a badass, man. He might be one of those top 100 players next year. Don't be surprised, man. This is a contract year for him. He has a lot to prove to get the bag, right? So look out for Emmanuel Mosley. And there was a lot of talk about Brandon Ayuk being really great in training camp, but from what I hear, Emmanuel Mosley was shutting down Brandon Ayuk more often than not. So I don't know, man. A lot of people say Charvarius Ward is cornerback number one, but don't be surprised, man. If I feel like Emmanuel Mosley's kind of just that sleeping giant that a lot of people are going to underestimate. And if the other teams are really watching film, they're probably not going to do that, man. That's not a smart decision. Now we'll see how many interceptions he can get. Um, I can't wait to see how many turnovers this defense gets as well. I think there's going to be a lot of well, not a lot. I could definitely see a couple turnovers from the Chicago Bears, like sack for a fumble and stuff like that, and interceptions. If the Bears do try and throw, I think I can very well see Justin Fields just getting overwhelmed by that rush, throwing under pressure for interception, probably two interceptions and a sack for a fumble. So let me know what you guys think about that, man. I'm very excited for that. Is it okay if I can share a picture of a jersey on eBay um, and tell me your thoughts? I really like these styles, though I think I can only send a link, but these are my favorite styles. Yeah, sure, go ahead, but I don't know if I can pull it up on the screen is the other thing. So if I'm not able to, I apologize, but yeah, go ahead if you want to. Sorry for going off topic though. I do like listening to you talking about before week one. We'll look forward to hearing how the game goes. Um, so Steven, I appreciate it first and foremost, man. I appreciate you in here and hope everything's going great. Um, are you able to watch the game? That's what I'm wondering about because you say I look forward to hearing how the game goes. Does that mean you don't get to watch it? Uh, I got DirecTV, so I do get to watch it. So if uh if you don't have any way to watch it, man, I can send you or I can let you know about certain links or apps or whatever you can watch it on. Um and does all of the games, I'm sure, but they're like $70 a month. But there's some free apps and stuff like that. If you don't have access, let me know. But moving on for a second here. So the Kittle strain, getting back to that a little bit, we got Dwelly and Warner behind him, right? And I've said before, Dwelly, whenever Kittle has been injured, uh, Dwelly has really stepped up, man. So if Kittle doesn't play this game, but it is sounding like he's going to, so shouldn't be an issue. Um, but if he does miss the game, that being George Kittle, I do I do feel some confidence in Dwally, man. He has great hands. He's shown us before he can make up for that loss as a receiver. Warner is also a pretty good receiver, great in the run blocking. So I think we're gonna be all right regardless, man. We're gonna do very good. But like I said, if Kittle is in the game, I do think he's gonna be a very explosive player. I think this is gonna be a re coming out party for him. So excited for Kittle on that, man. I think he has a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, man. He really got pissed off last year. I know he did. Um, like especially in the beginning of the season when his numbers were a little lackluster, and like for seasons prior, a lot of people like putting him in their fantasy football draft and stuff like that. So um a lot of people were complaining to him like, "Hey Kittle," when he's out in public. They're like, "Hey Kittle, uh, you need to bump up your numbers, bro. You're killing my fantasy." And he was saying some explicit things to them. But um yeah, man, I think he's gonna try and silence some of these guys this year. Some of everybody who was doubting him last year, which he still did pretty good. I think last I heard, he almost still made 1,000 yards receiving. I think he was at like 890 or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Uh, that's just the vicinity that I remember. I think it was, and he missed some games last year, so but I think he has that chip on his shoulder this year. I think he's ready to show everybody. It sounds like his groin is pretty good. And the 49ers tend to like to wait till the game to make these decisions. These are game day decisions they like to wait for so that the team doesn't know what to exactly plan for. But I'm pretty sure these teams have already learned to game plan for Kittle regardless, as well as other players. But yeah, man, I'm confident in Dwally and Warner. We also got the veteran Tyler Croft as of right now, and they did end up signing uh, Troy Fumagalli to the practice squad, and they've been developing him. He's shown some good things. They did release him initially, but with Kittle going down with a groin injury, they re-signed Fumagalli to the practice squad. So he's a guy that knows the offense. If anything happens and he has to play, which I don't think is going to happen, we got plenty of very good tight ends on our squad, as well as they're veterans, man. So I don't think we're going to have to count on him too much. The pay differential is worth it though, and avoiding traffic. Um, yeah. Okay, I think you're talking about watching the games, right? Yeah, avoiding traffic. Man, I'm still checking on those 49ers Raiders tickets, and they're still at like, and this is before fees. They're still like $500, man. It's ridiculous. And like how far you're sitting. I had a Raider fan, a buddy of mine, another native bro. He's a Raider fan, and he came over. We were watching the game together, the Rams versus Bills, and we're looking up the tickets together because he wanted to go too. And we're looking up the tickets, and I'm like, damn, bro, they're still the same price. Like, who the hell do the Raiders think they are, bro? Like, they ain't never won anything. They're charging more than the 49ers, and the 49ers are constantly competitive, man. We're up there in the Super Bowl, we're in the NFC Championship, stuff like that. Like, we've been way more competitive than the Raiders these past few decades, man. It's pretty ridiculous to see how the Raiders price their tickets, and I'm like, who the hell do you think you are, man? You think you build a toilet for a stadium, a big black toilet, and all of a sudden you can charge $500 for tickets way the hell up, like 2,000 feet up in the air? It's ridiculous, man. I don't understand who the hell they think they are, what the hell they've won, what they've accomplished. They have a lot to prove before they can start charging people ticket prices like that. It's ridiculous. They have not earned that at all. They have not won anything. I guess my previous comment didn't go through, but yeah, I work on weekends. Dang, man. See, I hate that. Every time I contemplate on a job or like uh I don't know if contemplate would be the word, but yeah, definitely if I have to work weekends, um that's like a deal breaker for me. Unless it's like volunteer working weekends, like overtime, I'll do that. Like if it's the off season, stuff like that, there's no NFL season and it's not going to interfere with me going to a game or watching a game, I mean, uh, then I'll do it. But if I have to work weekends, like I just won't apply for that job or I'll just tell them to take me off the list or something like that. Not all of us have that convenience, but um, yeah, I don't like working weekends at all. I feel like that's when everybody's having fun when all the family gets to hang out. But I feel for everybody who works weekends, man. I'm always like, dang, I feel for you, bro. But hopefully it's not too bad. LOL, the toilet. And that made me laugh. Yeah, bro. I don't know if you've seen the pictures where I guess you could call them memes. If you go on Google and look up Las Vegas Raiders toilet stadium, look that up. They have they have the stadium with the hotel next to it, and it looks just like a toilet, a black toilet, black shiny toilet. It's hilarious. But yeah, look that up real quick. I'm gonna give you a second. Um and, and let me know what you think. It's pretty funny. I, I need to learn how to be able to pull up stuff here on let me see if I can figure it out real quick. Las Vegas Raiders. Oh, I forgot how to type. Let's see if I can figure out how to put it up on screen. I need more practice with this. I just started like I'm not a podcaster that really has experience with all this tech stuff. Let's see. You're bound to see this somewhere else. Let's see if I can. Sorry for the wait, guys. Hope you guys are bearing with me, and hopefully the suspense is keeping you here. Um, share extra camera video file slide. Well, I guess let me see. Pictures. What the heck? Now, if I can find it, would be nice. What the hell? Hmm. Yep, it is hilarious and $2 billion as well. So a pretty expensive toilet. Yeah, it's like one of those toilets with the giant bidet to put out fires. Oh man, yeah, it's ridiculous. I can't believe. I know the Raider fans love it though, but who cares what they think? Now the sucky thing is, it sucks that we have a cheap stadium, man. I don't like our stadium really at all. I like it because it's 49ers, but other than that, like it's not. It doesn't do it for me at all. Especially somebody who got to go to games at Candlestick when it was still up and running. It's kind of sad. But oh yeah, if you guys haven't heard the team captains yet, so we got the announcement of the 49ers team captains, and we have 6 of them this year voted by the team, by the players. And I'm gonna go ahead and name them off, man. We got Armstead, Bosa, Warner, Jimmy Kittle, and Trent Williams. I think that's it. Yeah. So Eric Armstead, Nick Bosa, Jimmy Ward, Fred Warner, George Kittle, and Trent Williams. Very like all of the baddest dudes on our team for the most part. As far as continuance in their consistency in their careers, right? Longer tenures with the 49ers, all that type of stuff. And that's one of the reasons he's just been one of those badass dudes on our team. He's like him and Dante Johnson, I think, are the longest tenured 49ers on the team. And Jimmy Ward was back here in the Harbaugh days, as well as Dante Johnson. So, um, gotta pay him homage, man. There's some things that like just him as a player, he's great. His attitude is great. And one of the really cool things I liked about him too was I think it was in his interview with Grant Cohn. He uh he was mentioning, I think Grant Cohn asked him, okay, so like you're this great player and everything, you got your contract. So was some of the things you bought when you did get paid, when you got that contract, was some of the things you did? And one of the things that like I don't even remember anything else that he said, but this stuck out to me. That's why I remember it. Was he said, honestly, man, when I got that money, I went and I bought me some action figures like 49 or not 49ers, Mighty Morphin Power Ranger action figures. And I was like, hell yeah. I'm a Mighty Morphin Rangers. I grew up with them. I used to always try and fight like them. Um, Try to get their toys and watch the movies, have the movies. I still have all that type of stuff. So I understand. I'm the same way, man. There's a lot of toys, a lot of uh yeah, I couldn't even honestly those toys when I was younger, just like him. Now that I'm older, I do buy some little like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers action figures and stuff like that sometimes. Um, Kind of like to put on my desk, all that type of stuff just to commemorate that type of stuff. But yeah, that was really cool to hear that from him. I never would have thought, like, if you're talking to him, I never would have thought that he was a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger fan. So that was pretty awesome. Um, but yeah, man, Jimmy Ward, I gotta pay homage, man. Much love to that guy. I hope he has a badass season when he comes back. Wish him the best recovery possible. All these guys, let's pray for some safe, injury-less season this year for the 49ers, right? But I guess that's pretty much it for the most part. For the all part, I should say. And like I promised earlier, I'm gonna save the score prediction till the end. I did say that that I do predict and feel confident that the 49ers will beat the Chicago Bears. You guys definitely let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna pull up a comment before I put up my score prediction. Steven says, yeah, YouTube does not like me to send links. LOL. They must mark it as spam. Oh, bro, honestly, I have no idea what's going on there. I don't know what it is. Um, if you see, I think it's the top right corner, at least on my screen, it shows on the top right corner. I'm streaming through StreamYard, and it streams from StreamYard to YouTube. So that might be part of it. I have no idea, honestly. It's really weird. Like if you pay attention to this video after it uploads, all your comments that have everybody's comments that come up now during the live stream do not show up on the video when it's uploaded to YouTube. Right now it's streaming on YouTube, but it's not actually uploaded to YouTube until I end this video. And these comments do not carry over for whatever reason. It's really weird. I don't know if I can change that, but I've noticed that's how it is on other streamers platforms as well. So I don't know. That's kind of weird stuff. I don't know if it's just StreamYard or what. But let's go ahead, and I want to hear your guys' score predictions in the comments, please. Whether it's live right now, if you watch this video afterwards, please leave your score predictions, who's going to win, how you guys feel about everything coming into this game, and how you guys feel about the Rams getting their ass beat. That was pretty hilarious. That was awesome. Got to rub that in my buddy's face. He was talking all that smack about the 49ers last year after the NFC Championship. He's a Rams fan, so I told him they're going to lose, but no, he didn't want to listen to me. But okay, man, let's go. Score prediction, man. The way I'm seeing it play out, and I can very well see this a little bit higher, but I know a lot of people are saying this is probably going to be a very low scoring game, very close. I do not see it that way. I think the 49ers run game is just way more creative than the Chicago Bears, as well as we have a quarterback that can do all the things that Justin Fields can do and probably even some more things. So I think that's going to tie into the 49ers outright beating the Chicago Bears. I don't think it's going to be close like a lot of these people say. I don't think it's going to be super low scoring. The way I see it, 27-10. Quote me on that. I can very easily, with Justin Fields' talent, I can very easily see them actually scoring 17 and it being 27-17, something like that. Initially, before the rain, I was kind of thinking like 31-17, something like that. But after the rain, yeah, I would say 27-10, 24-10, something like that. Yeah, we've got another prediction here in the comments. That is interesting. It is a work in progress and it is fine. 31-17 49ers is my prediction. Yeah, I'm sure you were happy on Thursday. Yeah, Steven, I don't know if you typed that out or yeah, sent that comment. Um, let me see how can I say like before should do I say before? Okay. Right before I said 31-17 myself before the rain. Uh yeah, man, that's pretty crazy if we made the same prediction. Cause yeah, I was thinking 31-17. Then I was like, you know what? How much are they gonna run the ball and play it safe with Trey Lance? And I just think this offense is way too explosive to be held to anything lower than 20, regardless of the rain. This run game is too intricate. Now, granted, I don't think they're gonna show all their cards at the table just in this game alone. So you said it after I wrote it, so I was extremely surprised. That's crazy, man. We're on the same page. I'm telling you, that was my very first prediction. And then I kind of had to come down to earth a little bit. I was like, okay, maybe 27-10. And I can see it being 27-17 because Justin Fields is no slouch either, man. But I do think he's going to have to put the team on his back and he's got to kind of win it on his own with Darnell Mooney. And that's probably about it. Maybe their defense shows up for the Chicago Bears. Maybe their defense shows up and helps them out a lot more. But like I said, if the 49ers have to pull out their cards and lay them on the table with Anthony Lynn and Kyle Shanahan putting their two heads together, I think they're unstoppable. They got variety at running back. So if they just run the ball like in the what was it, the NFC Championship in 2019, and they only throw the ball like 8 times, they have the backs to do it. They have the creativity to do it. But man, you got to see. I know the play action pass is going to be a factor in this game. They have to take shots at some point. And so I think it's going to play a big factor in spreading out the defense. Let's see. I was going to say 28-17. Then I did 31 because 30 sounds too generic. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, I feel you, bro. Got to get that last field goal in, huh? Yeah, 20. Okay, so I said 27-10 and possibly 27-17 if Justin Fields pulls some stuff out of his magic wand. Wanted to say another word, but keep it a little more PG on here. Could definitely see 27-17, 28-17, anything like that. A lot of these NFL analysts or these 49ers analysts, journalists, beat writers are seeing a very close game, very low scoring, that type of stuff. I would love to prove them wrong. I would love for the 49ers to prove them wrong. And so I'm going a different direction. I'm going with what my heart is telling me. Steven, you are too, man. And I hope we're right. Um, as we get to give ourselves a pat on the back, take a victory lap on uh yeah, Sunday afternoon at least, if not later, Monday. So we have it on video, we have it on file, bro. And I appreciate you coming on, Steven. As always, man, I hope you're having a great day, great night, great weekend. I hope you get to watch the game. If you jump into the comments or anything like that, let me know. If you don't have anywhere to watch the game, and I can help you find an app or a link to do so, I will. So just let me know if there's anything I could do for that. I will look forward to your future videos. I hope you have a great night. Thank you, and you have a great weekend as well. I appreciate you, bro. Many blessings to you. Many blessings to everybody that watches this video. I appreciate you guys. Love to our 49ers, man. And let's have a great weekend. You guys take care. I'm going to end it on that note. And yeah.